Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. I want to remind everybody that please keep those masks on and stuff. As you can see, if you can't tell, I'm not doing very well feeling-wise, but, I always say that if this was easy, everybody be doing it. I want to thank my guests. I'm going to give all of y'all the opportunity to introduce yourself. Bear with me a little bit because I am a little bit under the weather. But that's not going to keep me from doing the show. And I have my guest host here, Mr. Robert Gatewood. Which Robert, how you doing, sir?
Doing fine, Dr. Miles. How are you doing today? I see you're a little under the weather there.
As you can see, I'm not feeling good. Got a little, I don't know what it is. I think I got my, rubbed my eyes and got infected when my eyes are so red. But I would not miss this moment to meet all these individuals that we have with us. And I also see that the MFL board is here. It really, Lisa, I see you there, Lisa. How you doing, Lisa?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing great. How are you both doing?
I'm not doing good. As you can see, I look a little, but anyway, I wanted to meet and make sure we talk to these individuals. We're excited about them. And you have, as you know, you're going to have to carry a lot of this, Mr. Gatewood, for me. We're honored to have the Chancellor here, the first woman owner in the minor football league. How you doing, Doctor? How you doing?
I am doing wonderful, but I'm thinking about you, my brother. We send you love from here at God's U.
Well, thank you. As y'all know, if you didn't know, we're alumni of God's U. Me and Mr. Gatewood and Dr. Olawale and stuff. And as people pop on, Robin, I'm going to have you let these ladies, first of all, good afternoon, ladies. I'll let Robert do the introduction and stuff, and I'm going to kind of hang in there. And I have to apologize to you ladies because I'm generally more peppy than that. And the Chancellor can attest to that. But
yes,
I'm under the weather a little bit. Yeah. So, Robert, won't you take it away and introduce these individuals that we're excited about meeting?
Thank you very much, Dr. Miles. And once again, we do wish you a speedy recovery and that whatever is ailing you is quickly put to rest. And But like you say, you have demonstrated what a pillar of strength looks like. And even in your toughest time, you're stronger than a lot of folks in their best time. So once again, thank you again for allowing this platform to come forward. And of course, presenting these talented women to come forward today. We just want to give each one of them a chance to introduce themselves. Just give us a quick background on who you are, because there's a lot of people listening for the first time. We have people on the MFL. We have the Marketing Pulpit audience listening. We have people from God's U listening. We have the different teams around the country listening. So for the few people who have not heard of you, I'm going to start with you, Dr. Eubanks. Give us a quick overview of who you are. And once again, welcome to I will say welcome to the board of the MFL, but give us an overview of who you are.
Oh, first up and most importantly, I am a board member of the MFL on the executive board. I'm also the Chancellor of Global Oved Seminary and University, an interfaith educational institution. I have been an attorney from 1993, so it's going on almost 30 years. I worked in the Clinton White House as an associate general counsel, vetting all the various people who had to go through the White House. I also worked as associate general counsel at the Bethesda Naval Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland. I have also helped to have women to open their businesses, 11,000 women in the Nigeria and Ghanaian area between 1993 to 1995. And it's my honor and privilege to serve here and be positioned as the first woman owner of a professional football team. And I own that to none other than Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. I am so elated. I am ready. I've been working out, guys. I'm telling you, I've been building them guns because I am ready to go and experience the MFL. Thank you.
You're so kind.
Let me ask you this before I go to Lisa. We are looking at, I always look at where we are right now in the society, and I see how women are faced with the economy. They actually have to make sure that women's issues are pushed to the forefront, to make sure that things that disproportionately affect women. But at the same time, women are trying to break that glass ceiling to join men who are disproportionately represented in the boardrooms. So how do you juggle these two things? They're not necessarily opposing, but they don't necessarily work hand in hand. You're trying to make sure women's issues are addressed, but at the same time, you're trying to break that glass ceiling. How do you juggle this act?
I juggle that act by aligning myself with those of like mind. So when you have people like Dr. Charles Olawale, people like Dr. Patrick Freeman, people like yourself, Chaplain Gatewood, of course, the great Dr. Richard D. Miles, it makes it easy because we have to align those who are on the same frequency as we are. And we have to approach things as we're human first. One race human in one space earth with one embrace, that's love. So if you really position yourself with people who are willing to give you an opportunity, because with the MFL, I'm telling you, I don't feel a ceiling. I feel like the heavens are open and that all the opportunity is there. We just have to do the work. It's simple. No one can outwork Dr. Richard Miles because I'm with him on the phone 1, 2 in the morning. We get up back. We have another meeting 4 a.m. and we are ready to go because we realize that you can sleep when you're dead. Now is the time. The MFL is here right now. It is the laboratory of change. You know, there's no other time but now. So we have to go for it.
I love that answer because you're right. You do have to align yourself. And that's been one of the drums I've been beating over the years, that if you want to move forward, you have to make sure you have the right people. Surround yourself with people of like mind. And it also brings up this issue of purpose. Sometimes we get on a purpose, we get on a mission, we get on a track. And when you do that and you stand true to it, you attract people who are of like minds. And so and we talk, like you said, that's not a ceiling if you are around people who don't believe there's a ceiling. That ceiling only exists when you're trying to work around people who have that mindset. But when you surround yourself with people who feel like there is no ceiling, people who are supportive, who are pulling you along, uplifting you, then you're exactly right. That ceiling tends to dissipate. So I really like that. I want to bring on Lisa. Lisa, who's also quite a dynamic young lady. Lisa, once again, introduce yourself to the audience. Let people know who you are, what you're doing over there at as the dance team director, and anything else that's going on in your life that would add to the conversation today.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, and I am so pleased to be here today with you all. I am so excited to meet all these wonderful women who are involved with the MFL. I thank Dr. Richard Miles for having us on and giving us this opportunity to come out and share with everyone that, you know, opportunity is there for everyone, not just men, but women as well. You just have to be willing to step up and take it and work for it. I am Lisa Vientos-Kablis. I'm excited to be the MFL dance team director. I will be organizing all the dance teams for the MFL. So I will be coming to all of the different states. I have traveled. I can't wait to meet everyone in person. I'm used to traveling. My profession was a dancer. I started out as a student. I studied with professionals. I danced professionally. And then when I was tired of traveling and touring, I opened my own dance studio, which I ran and operated on my own for Well, I had a partner, but opened without taking out any business loans. So I'm grateful that, we were able to build a successful business. We closed because, just life was pulling me in different directions. And it just happened that the year after I met Dr. Richard Miles by coincidence because I started promoting and for natural bodybuilding competitions, and he was there. We spoke, and we both share very similar thoughts in the sense that we work hard, but we also believe in giving opportunity and reaching out to the community, which is something that I've always done. Even when I had my business, I made sure that we went out and did charities for the community and just giving, even exposing the kids at a young age to know what it feels like to go out and do something for someone else. Not just expect things to be given to you all the time. It teaches them something. It teaches them that they have to work to get into a position. And when you put that forward and you put the energy into it and you put your mind to it, like the doctor was saying, you can achieve great things. There are no limits. You surround yourself with the people who are going to help to bring you up, like you said, who have the same mindset and beliefs. Surround yourself with positivity and you will achieve great things. We are in a time right now where opportunity is there. It doesn't seem like it, but opportunity is available, and everyone should step out and get out of their comfort zones and step forward and try to get what it is that you feel moves you.
Well, I really like the fact that Dr. Miles has made one of his signature missions is to make sure that women are represented in the MFL. Being the laboratory of change, that has been one of the platforms of moving the organization forward. Also, he has an affinity for the youth. And so that's a great, it's a great model to build yourself around. And particularly, we're celebrating women on this show today. Some of the women accomplishments and some of the things that we've seen happening over the last few weeks in the news and so forth. For instance, we're maybe a month away from having our first elected female vice president. And so as we start looking at these different milestones as they pop up, like we're seeing the headway being made in the MFL, how important is this, Dr. Eubanks, having I may be jumping the gun by saying this, but how important is that? What type of impact would this have on future generations of women should we see that milestone take place?
I'm confident that whether she gets to be the vice president or not, and I'm definitely doing my part to make that happen, that it really just shows girls, it shows women that there are no limits, and that if you do the right things, if you stay on course, if you follow that definite purpose that you feel that God has given you for being on this earth, and surround yourself with like-minded people. I see myself as the only thing surrounding me right now with the MFL is just support. There are no walls. There are absolutely no walls, and the sky and the limit is beyond. So it's the same thing for Kamala Harris, who, as you all know, is of Jamaican and American descent, and in fact is a cousin of mine. We traced it all the way back to Brownstown, Kingston. And the bottom line is that, Brownstown, St. Anne. And the bottom line is that all of us, if we truly believe that the Creator has brought us here to do positive things, not just for ourselves, but for others, we will be in some kind of public service. I mean, if you look at Dr. Miles, he's constantly in the community, giving young kids a chance that no one has ever given them before. Once they didn't make it in the other league, they just threw them away. The MFL is the only developmental professional football team that exists. We are it. You can't go around us. We are it. So you either come here and experience the MFL and see wherein there are no limits, no boundaries to how you can excel, just like Kamala Harris. There are no boundaries. There's nothing preventing her if everybody do what they're supposed to do. And here at the MFL, the teams under the leadership of Dr. Miles, the general managers, the coaches, all the people in the front office are here to support you. And I say this to folks that there will not be another Wall Street, another Microsoft, another Walmart to assist you. Get involved in the MFL. If you are listening, if you are not the power of my voice, then you don't understand the legacy of Dr. Miles. Dr. Miles, in my opinion, has affected my life, my family, my legacy than any other human that has walked on this earth, because he is given an opportunity for me to be a female and to be treated with the same respect as a male is unheard of in this Western Hemisphere. So when you get this opportunity, wherever you are, whether you need to buy seasons tickets today or whether you need to contact him about ownership, because there are only, I think, 1 or 2 ownerships left, because when I heard that there was even one, I jumped on it. And that's the difference, guys, is that when you're given an opportunity, if your mindset is right, you will make that move. I have hardly slept one night since Dr. Miles gave me this opportunity, because I want to make sure I'm deserving. I want to make sure I don't waste that opportunity. So I say to you women, I say to you men, children, boys, and girls, opportunity comes once. And when it does, you need to answer that call. So Kamala Harris is answering her call, and we're answering our call here. And we are so indebted to the great Dr. Miles. So thank you so much, sir. And thank you, Mr. Gatewood. And also thank you to the entire MFL team.
Well, thank you, so kind. I am so curious, and we have the opportunity, because as y'all know, Dr. Freeman is doing a great job, but we get a chance to meet some of this power board that he put together. So I see you there. Call up next, Mr. Gatewood, so we can have her introduce herself.
Who do we have there next? I can't see him from here. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Ms. Janeen Greene of the Rochester Charges. She's on the board of directors. Janeen, welcome to the show and congratulations. Let me give you now this is not the heavy stuff. This is my afternoon beverage.
And also, Robert, I didn't mean to cut you off, but we want to also introduce our board members that get on. We have Dr. Joyce Harris on there. How you doing, Ms. Harris? You doing, Dr. Harris?
Okay.
Can you hear us, Dr. Harris?
Okay.
Joyce, unmute yourself. And we also got 2 other, I know we have Mr. Paul Knight of the wife is on from the Florida Bears. How you doing, ma'am? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm doing very well, Dr. Miles. Thank you.
We haven't talked since the dinner. You know, we did the last dinner, last out thing before this pandemic.
You're right.
But I want to get other people there. First, let me get with these this power board that Dr. Freeman put together. How you doing? Is that Jan? I want to make sure I'm circling with one eye, so you have to forgive me because my left eye is red. How you doing today? Is she with the Rochester Charge? Did it go off? Okay,
that was Janeen.
Huh? Okay,
Janeen.
Well, we had the other 3. Introduce the other 3. I'm trying to look at one eye. Ladies, y'all got a big.
Go with.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Miles. Okay, let's go across the board here. I'm just seeing you ladies come up for the first time. I'd like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. I'm going to start here on my screen from right to left. I see Janique Curry. Yes.
Hi. How are you guys? Good evening. Thanks for having me.
I want to get back to the charges before, because we want all of you guys are going to get a chance to talk, and so it's definitely we have our board member. But let's get pull her back up. She's back now for the Chargers. How you doing, ma'am?
Okay, there she is.
Okay. There she is. How you doing this evening?
Me.
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Okay, tell us about who you are. We know you're on that power board, the first all-women executive board, and I'm not easy to be impressed. I was very impressed with that. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a native New Yorker. I'm a mother of 3. I had 30 years in.
Oops.
Okay.
We lost her again.
Okay. Go to the next one, Robert. The young lady that introduced. Go to the next one.
Okay, let me go back to Janique Curry. She's also the Rochester Chargers. Janique, give us a quick overview of who you are.
Hi.
Please give us an introduction. Let us know who you are, please.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'm here in Buffalo, New York, with my fellow Tracy and everybody else popping in. And I'm so excited for this opportunity. I've worked with Pat Freeman for a long time on a lot of different community issues. And just by way of background, I have been in government and social services probably for about 20 years now, and doing a lot of work with minority and women-owned businesses. That's been my niche that I've worked with. And that's how Pat and I did a lot of work together, making sure that we have equitable opportunities. So I'm so glad to see some women ownership as well, in addition to being part of a board and a team together of all women. So I'm really looking forward and exciting to work with all of you. I talked to Dr. Miles earlier today, and I said, I'll be on the show, but I don't know anything about football. So I'm a fan, but I really don't know anything else besides that. But I'm just excited to be here. And I work with some of the other ladies. Tracy and I have worked together for a long time. And Brandy Merriweather and I work together on an economic development board for the city of Buffalo. So I'm just really excited about the economic opportunities and what we're going to bring to Rochester, and excited about being there and working in that city with another great Black mayor, female, in the city of Rochester. So I'm excited about that.
All right, that's exciting. We may have to come back to you on this, women. Your experience in working with women-owned and minority-owned businesses. That's a talent. You said you didn't have any experience in football, but you sound like you have a wealth of other talents, and those skills are transferable. So don't feel left out.
Okay.
I'm sure all of those skills will see the light of day. Joining you also is Tracy Cardwell, who's also with the Rochester Chargers Board of Directors. Tracy, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am so happy to be here, just amongst all of you here. You're just wonderful, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Janique is my girl. I am a wife, wife of 29 years, Jesus, and mother of 2 young adult children. I have my own company, TJC PR Consultants. I specialize in public relations, community outreach, and marketing. After coming out of corporate America, Janique was instrumental in helping me achieve my MWBE certification. And my business has taken off since then. So I'm so indebted and grateful to Janique for, helping me set me on this path that I am on. As far as football is concerned, I love football. I know a lot about football. In the living room, yelling and screaming right along with my husband, when the refs don't make the right play, so I'm all about it. So when I received a phone call from Pat Freeman, who was a family friend, Pat and my husband, we go way back. So when I received this phone call, I was ecstatic. And I just can't thank him enough. But to be here with you, Doctor, and Mr. Gatewood, and a female owner, it's an honor to be with MFL. So thank you so much.
Well, we have to thank Dr. Miles again and Dr. Freeman. I'm watching these two dynamic men they're not only accepting, but they're embracing and promoting female ownership and involvement in a sport that traditionally was limited to men. And even though Janique says she's not necessarily a fan, but sounds like Tracy has enough enthusiasm to share with Janique.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, but I just don't know anything about it.
Oh, you fan? Okay, you like it, you don't know anything about it. Okay, I got you. Okay, well, sounds like Tracy's gonna bring you along. We have Janeen back. Janeen, we keep getting a little interruption there, so if you want to finish your introduction, we'd be glad to know more about you.
Like I said, I'm a native New Yorker. I'm a mother of 3. I have 30 years in the aviation industry. I've been on the NFL flight attendant board for 20 years and an NFL charter coordinator for 5. So this is a little bit of a shift for me, but I'm very excited. I'm very grateful to Dr. Freeman, and I'm just looking forward to, doing my best.
Hey, Dr. Miles, I'm wondering, where did these women find this fountain of youth? I'm hearing they're like married 20 years, working 30 years. My goodness.
Well, you know,
I don't see a 30-year-old on the panel.
You know what they say, and before I get to our board member, Dr. Joyce Harris, I want to say to you ladies and mothers, I want to say, I want to say thank you for allowing us men to do what we do, because
yes.
I know that can be somewhat hectic, because that means a lot of the home duties besides your job you have to take care of it, so we can further the dream that we're doing and makes it even better, because now you guys are a part of it. So I'm excited about that. And I just wanted to get that out. Being somebody that was married for so many years, being married, grown kids and stuff. And I know what that was. That was hard, being a family person and you doing this, and they don't understand that really. But you ladies have to be involved with this, but they don't really understand that. But Dr. Joyce Harris, how you doing today? Okay, there you go.
Dr. Miles, I am honored to be here. I know you have pushed for many times for me to come on board, and I've always said I like being in the background, but you finally got me here, and it is such a pleasure to be here with so many dynamic women. I want to preface my a little bit of my background first by saying I love football. I know football. I keep a football with me all the time.
He has a football with him. Okay.
Just a little bit of background. I was introduced actually to Dr. Miles many years ago. We actually went to high school together. That is the culmination of almost 50 years now. I have served with the MFL now for approximately 3 years, and again, serving in background, and that's by choice. In order to run an efficient organization like this, you have to have a plan. And my motto is plan the work and then work the plan. So Mr. Miles, or Dr. Miles, has afforded me the opportunity to step in and define protocols, processes, just develop things like efficient document management. And this is what I enjoy doing. As a retiree, and I retired with over 41 years in serving minority small business owners who did work, contract work with the federal government. I was employed with Deloitte. Some people know the name Deloitte and Touche. We go just by Deloitte now. But 41 years really serving the fabric of this country. Small businesses make up the majority of the economic revenue that is generated in this country. And my focus has always been on lifting up and building that minority pool of small businesses. Now, I said that I've been retired, but I can't get small businesses out of my blood. I am still mentoring and supporting from a consulting perspective small businesses that are looking to grow their footprint within the federal government, from helping them define and develop comprehensive capability statements to facilitating introductions to the buyers within the federal government. And I took this knowledge or this understanding and education of how you need to connect the dots whether it's through relationships, whether it's through developing good protocols and processes, and brought that to the MFL. Dr. Miles is wonderful because he gives me full carte blanche to keep him in line and to keep everything else that we're doing in line as well. So I don't have the role that you all will be playing. My fellow sisters here, just know that in background, I'm gonna keep everything straight, okay?
All right.
Wow.
In other words, lady panel, that nothing comes to the MFL without Joyce laying eyes on it. None of the paperwork goes out unless she look at it first. She keeps me in line because we went to school together, although she was ahead of me, but I tell her I'm her big brother. We both was athletes in school. She's a basketball star. She keeps me in line because she'll tell me, no, we can't do that. You can do that.
And let me add one last thing.
Absolutely.
Dr. Miles and I reconnected many years after high school, and through a program that was facilitated under the Minor Football League for one of his football teams, the Washington Chiefs.
Right.
The Washington Chiefs was instrumental in building out and creating an athletic Hall of Fame for our high school, something that didn't exist. In fact, many of DC public schools don't even have a Hall of Fame program. He launched this program on his own to recognize student athletes who made significant contributions as well as received those accolades as fine athletes in the industry. In 2015, he inducted me as one of, not the first, but one of the first females to be inducted into our high school's All Met Hall of Fame. And from that point on, I saw not only was he reaching back out to former athletes and students, as well as individuals within the community that have made strides in supporting our people. And I said, you know what? I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. And it was through that induction that facilitated the door opening for me to join the MFL.
And also, I have to say, I can't say enough for my big sister. No, I'm the big brother. Let me change that. Because every since then, she'd tell me, move out the way, let me handle this. And we would be celebrating our 10th year anniversary of the Cadoza All Met Hall of Fame dinner. So everybody calls us now, asks us when we going to do this. And as she stated, we got no money from nobody. I use my own money. But now it's the biggest dinner in DC with as far as athletes. Now, I definitely want to also get Miss Knight wife on down the Florida Bears. How you doing today?
I'm blessed, Dr. Miles. Thank you for having me. This is my first year with the MFL. I'm so excited. I miss being involved in the football. Just a little background of myself. I'm married, and actually this month will be 26 years. My son played football as a youth all the way through high school. He didn't have the size for college, but I've never missed not one of his games. I videotape, just like Miss Joyce. I can sit down with my hat backwards and sit down and watch the NFL every Sunday, Thursday, Monday night. I am there. So I really miss being involved with football because I used to tape, like as I've said, my son's games every time he had a game. So I am very excited. I am the business manager for the Florida Bears here in Orlando. And I'm looking forward to the upcoming season, to meeting every one of you. Like I said, this is my first time. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'll make sure that everything is done correctly and make it smooth as possible. And I've met Dr. Miles in Virginia when this pandemic first started. So it's been a while since we've seen one another but I'm excited that we met. I guess it was God's send that we met. And I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to the upcoming season. I can't wait to get started.
And she's so kind because I talked her ear off, Robert. I talked her ear off. and the husband was getting it, but she got it fast, and she said, "Don't talk to him, talk to him." So I just call it my aunt, because she's really astute in terms of business. So Joyce will make sure she get everything and all the contact from y'all. We had that. I'm kind of lazy about stuff because I try to do so much. That's why we have Joyce, Dr. Harris here. But we do have another one of y'all board members. The New Jersey Raiders. Oh, New Jersey Raiders. I know. My GM up there, he try to save people all the time. I get on Lou all the time. How you doing, ma'am? Introduce yourself.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. My name is Hermina Lezama. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications for the New Jersey Raiders. And my friend Louis Johnson, who is the General Manager, brought me on to help promote the team and help with communications for the team and kind of be his second in command to help him along the way, knowing that I love football and I've helped him in the past with a lot of his marketing. So it was kind of like a no-brainer for me to accept.
And I want to also thank you because Lou Johnson did tell me you was when he was going to be the GM down in South Carolina Outlaws, which I was upset. I said, "You're not from down there." He said, "Dr. Brown, I can make it work." I said, "You're not from down there." So I want to just say thank you because I know the difficulty that y'all had putting that together. Although y'all got together, I just think it's better to fit when people are at home doing stuff where they're more comfortable at. So I want to thank you for hanging in there with him. And he said you had to take another look at it. When you look at it, you said, "Wait a minute. Is this the same people?"
Yes, definitely.
If you had the opportunity to go to our website and everything, it kind of make you think and say, "Wait a minute." I know that was your first reaction, right?
Yes, it was. It was my first reaction, but we talked about what his vision was of what he wanted to do and what you guys were doing, and I definitely wanted to be a part of that.
And our guru here handles the business. I want to get Chaplain Mr. Gatewood in. Mr. Gatewood, we have all these powerful women here, and all of them, and as Dr. Joyce see now, she's feel like, we're going to get a lot of stuff done even better because we got women at the helm doing a lot of stuff. Ain't that right, Dr. Joyce? Right? I know you're thinking that.
Yes.
Rocket, go ahead and chime in on this.
Well, Joyce is absolutely right. I mean, I'm looking at all these powerful women. I haven't seen this many powerful women since Wakanda. I was looking at, but the reality is that we're not talking about fiction. We're talking about fact. We're talking about, I'm saying the personification of powerful women taking on powerful roles. And I want to congratulate all of you women. And I'm not surprised. I've been a big advocate of women's rights and women's causes since I don't know where I got it from. Maybe because my mama was such a powerful woman herself, and she was always pushing us to do more and greater. But I'm also seeing a lot of similarities where I see people working in similar fields, and it also confirms my belief that people are attracted together. They kind of like a magnet attract each other when you have similar spirits and similar passions. I think the MFL is a great point. It's a great petri dish where we can work out and look at some of the strengths that women can bring to an organization. And so I think all of the Fortune 500 companies, other sports organizations, once they see how women have taken the lead in the MFL, you're going to start seeing doors opening up. Just like when we start seeing the first Black quarterback come in, the first Black GM, we start seeing people saying, "Wait a minute, they can do this." And so I'm excited about the prospects of the thing that's going to happen as we see women take this more visible role in professional sports. So this is actually a great day. I was hearing Joyce talk about how Dr. Miles talking about how Joyce is like the gatekeeper, because she's one of the first people I talked to when Dr. Miles brought me into the MFL. He said, "Call Joyce." I said, "Oh my goodness, who is this? Who is this I got to talk to?" I mean, I feel like she was about to take me out to the woodshed, whoever she was. But once again, I was amazed by her professionalism and the spirit of support that I have received from the top all the way down through the ranks of the MFL. And now we have people like Dr. Eubanks, and we have Lisa and Janique and Hermina and Wanda and Tracy. I see nothing but great things. Now I do want to jump on, and you ladies can raise your hand here because this has been on my mind. We're seeing right now, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And of course, this is a disease that disproportionately affects women. I was just wondering if we had more women in higher ranks, whether it's in government, whether it's in business, whether it's in the church, do you think that these type of maladies that disproportionately affect the female community would get a greater support or a different set of eyes, a different approach? I see Janique shaking her head like, heck yeah. Janique, what do you think?
Absolutely. Women, we're more compassionate. We've been through things and we can understand from both perspectives how things are to be and what should be. So I think it's definitely a woman's touch always helps the situation. And, we're leaders. We're natural born leaders because we have to be. And we've been trained that way. And I think it's time that, we're able to step up. And again, I just appreciate so much this opportunity from Dr. Miles and from Dr. Freeman to be able to do this and to take the experiences that I've had and to meld them into what we're doing now. And Ms. Joyce, can't wait to talk to you some further about, federal. Tracy and I have done, local and state stuff, but to get into some more federal things would be great. And then just one other thing, Miss Wanda, I've been married 26 years too, just celebrated last weekend. So we've got, a great team of women here and I'm excited for this.
I'm also excited about all of you, you women, power women. I know y'all probably seen the article and the little promo we did, and they were saying, the first women executive board. And the quote that came from me, I said, because we are the laboratory of change. But I'm not stopping there. I'm looking for a couple of women GMs. That's what I'm looking for. Eventually, I want to the women owner. Then we got one. Now I'm looking for women GMs, and that's what makes me really excited about this. But we got a lot of work to do, and I tell people all the time. And most of the time, people look at the clock and stuff. The one thing about the MFL, we control the narrative. We have the MFL network. We have the radio show. So we got all the time we want. And for years, as y'all know, the narrative was controlled by other people, not about color. So now we're changing that. So when you hear the term, the laboratory of change, because it is. How many times you tell people, bear with me, I'm a little not feeling too well, ladies. When did you, how long do you think it would have been to find the first woman owner of a professional franchise? Or a black owner of a professional football franchise? Look at these things. And the people always talk about the norm is gone. This is the norm now. So people say when we get back to, it's over with. And that rarity comes up every time in life where this opportunity will never come again, ladies. Never come again. And we have to understand it. And it's very important that we really take this opportunity. I met Dr. Freeman a few times. Every time I come to the Super Bowl, I see him. He might have told y'all the story. He might not. And he always would say, "Who are you?" And I just looked at him. I said, you sleeping on me. You don't want to know who I am. So I kept it going. This last year, he grabbed me. He said, "Look, who are you?" I gave my card. After that, that was history. So I know God has his plans for everybody. Opportunity come once in a lifetime. It's not a question whether we get it or not, it's what we do with it when we confront it with it. A lot of us sitting here, even the role that y'all in now, who knows what role y'all will be in next? Once you see this thing, you say, well, wait a minute. Now we're talking about generational wealth, ladies, economic development. Yes. We go into the States, we don't ask for no money. Like we want this, we don't want anything. We don't want anything. We're going to provide jobs.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna let these young men know that because you didn't make the NFL, your life is not over. Because you know, a lot of young men are really devastated. And I tell them it's not that you're not good enough, it's not enough room.
Right.
You know, everybody have a minor league system but the NFL. Why? Because college is the minor league. So they thought, but them kids are not ready. So to have a developmental league that owned by people of color is scary, ladies. I'm telling you, it's scary. And right now, them, you know, meeting with the NFL, they thought I was arrogant for them because they tried to be arrogant with me. Goodell told me, so what do you want from us? I told him, I said, nothing. I sit back just like that, I said, nothing. And you know what's going on in his mind? This arrogance, so-and-so, you know. And I told him we don't want nothing. All we want is alliance between us because you know, and I know, some people at the NFL is not a part of it. They don't feel it's right. Now, you look at this here, you have the Lions League starting. I told them give it a month. Then Robert, it folded. XFL came back 20 years later. They want to ask me something. Troy Vince, I say, I give it a month. They were so glad that this COVID-19 came out, that gave them an excuse. You know what I mean? You know, ladies, y'all in business. Concepts would make you billionaire. People with money don't have a concept. And people with a concept don't have money. What happens? The people with money buys the concept. But we got to stop selling out so much. Yeah. No, we need to do generational wealth just like they do. They pass the stuff down to their kids. The MFL want to bring former players from the field to the front office. Most players leave the league broke. And I'm telling you that because I know I played in that league. And you never hear me talk about it because it's not important. It's what we're doing here that's important. We want these young men to understand entrepreneurship, business, not a business, but business.
That's right.
That's what we want them to understand. We want them to understand that, man, you need to buy a franchise. I don't care if it's Chick-fil-A or whatever. We want guys getting in sports management. We don't have enough. Women, you want to get in broadcast journalists, come here. Right. You know, marketing, PR, you know, all those things you can get here. Corporate America been draining people for years, telling the kids, come on, work. They don't get paid, and they tell them we might hire you. Why should they hire her when they got 20,000 other kids coming behind her? You understand the game? So we got to understand, if we don't look out for each other, no one going to look out for us. And I say this all the time, and people look at me funny. Nobody going to fight this battle for us. Mm-hmm. We can't do that. We can't depend on people to do something for us. You know what I mean? We can't do that, no more, ladies. With this dynamic group of women here, I never had a problem with women. I always say, give me everybody on my board. No, give me some women. You look at our executive board, I'm quite sure Dr. Freeman showed you pictures. We all sitting there. You know, people can't grasp that. It's still kind of, you know, we're not supposed to be able to do things. You know that, lady. You know, we're not supposed to be able to do this and that. And you know what else took me? People of color say they can't afford nothing. We're the biggest consumers in America. We have nothing to show for it. We can't afford that car, but they driving it. That house, them clothes. Am I right or wrong? Let's just be honest. Right. We got to understand that we control our own narrative because we're spending money. And we don't understand that. We got to understand who you give your dollar to is who you give your power to. It's just simple as that. And we got to understand that, you know, I don't have nothing against nobody. I'm happy for anybody doing anything. But I'll tell them in a minute, the MFL is here. You can be a part of it or a victim of it. I really don't care. You know, I really don't care. You know, they tell us this couldn't be done. It's 25 years later. We still here. They don't understand it. What the little reporter told me, this is nice, Dr. Miles, but I've never heard of the MFL. I said, China got 1 billion people over there, and I guarantee you not one of them ever heard of you. So what does that mean? You tell me you never heard of, but they got 1 billion people. Why they never heard of you? As a matter of fact, what are you here for? I didn't call no press conference. So there's always people always gonna pull it down. Our own people too. Let's just be honest now. We have to be honest. I'm saying to people that this is I am so happy to meet you guys. I was really feeling bad. And I have to apologize, lady, but I said, I'm going to get on this. And I tell people all the time, if this was easy, everybody be doing it.
True.
It's not easy. I got so many scratches on my back, but I push on. Dr. Harris, she knows. I mean, we come up because she knows I'm still here. They wonder how you do this. Well, how's he doing this? When me and Mr. Gatewood met, we talked, and man, it was just God sent. Each one of y'all is God sent. Believe me. And don't devalue that, ladies. Please believe me. Lisa, I went to the bodybuilding thing. I ran into her. I don't go to no bodybuilding stuff, but God put me on to go there. And I met her. You know, people that know you don't know me. People know me, don't know you. But can you imagine now these people get to know y'all? Do you realize how much play that promo we did on that executive board up there? I know y'all seen it, ladies. Mm-hmm. Everybody excited about it. All right. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Everybody they're going crazy because they can't believe it. That's right. Executive board of women making decisions. And I'm ready to copy it. I told Dr. Harris, just copy it.
Yeah, you did.
You know, but ladies, let me let you guys come in. You have any questions? Excuse me, Dr. Joyce Harris or Robert, we answer some of the questions you got. You know, if any, feel free, shoot.
Ladies, this is a great time. I know some of you all
whatever, because we're excited about having y'all. But I thought you might have a question you want to ask anyone. That's what we're having some of the board members on. But what is some of the? Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Lisa, and unmute your mic there, Lisa. There you go.
So I don't have necessarily a question, but I want to get back to what you were saying about how you would like to invite more women and give the opportunity for GMs and people of minority to get involved. If you have something that's nudging at you each day, if you have a dream and for some reason it keeps you up, or stays in the back of your mind, it means that you need to listen to that voice and try something different. Here's an opportunity. If you're not quite sure if it's a fit for you, you can get involved with the MFL on so many different levels. You can work behind the scenes, or you could be out on the field playing. You could be out dancing and getting involved with the community. The best way to learn and to grow is by being involved. I learned so much just by standing in the background and watching and getting involved. You really learn, you grow, and it opens doors for you. It gives you opportunity to change and be in a different place. So I just want to tell everyone to look into the MFL. If you're wondering what it's all about, check it out. Go online, reach out to the GMs in your area, reach out to any of us, and really see how you can get involved.
I like that.
You know,
with that Rochester board. You see them sitting there, y'all. They watching. Look, they got themselves together, but they don't know that the East in the East gonna visit them the first game, you know, and then watching the Chiefs that you hear Dr. Freeman talk about. But I like that about them because you can tell they focus, you know, Dr. George, you notice they focus and everything. And and I noticed down with the Bears, Ms. Knight, I mean, they focus, everybody focus. Even New Jersey, she had the opportunity to say, okay, let me roll my sleeves up a little more. Mm-hmm. But we're all family here, and we're all part of the same organization.
I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to talk about football. Okay. Right. With the MFL season, their seasons is the summertime. When do you expect us to play our first game in 2021? And do you feel that, you know, we're dealing with this pandemic and COVID? Do you think that will affect it? anytime next year? Especially seeing how it's affecting the NFL right now.
Well, I was on several national news shows and stuff, and I told the MFL was one of the leagues that say, we're not going. We're not going to go. In 25 years, we said we're not going to go because I value y'all. I value the players, the coaches, and everything. We got family and stuff. It ain't good to us. So, and I also, as far as we start the first week in June. All the time. It would be the 5th. That's when we start. Okay. We put it in the summer because I made that schedule. I made us unique because you think about in the summer, there's nothing going on. Really, it's not.
Right.
You know, so when you think about boys club, high school, college, National Football League, when we stop, they start. Yeah. That's a unique thing about us. Okay. And it gives us the opportunity to enhance what the community doing. I don't know if Dr. Springer told you. All of our players have to do 100 hours of community service.
Yes, that I was aware of, yes.
We have national programs. I'm sure he told you, no thugs, no drugs, early youth program, conflict resolution. You know, we want these kids to not see us on Saturday nights and not see us no more. I want them to see us all through the week and knowing that these young men generally care and not because they paid to come out to do appearances. Along, Lisa should tell even the dance team will be doing 100 hours of community service.
Good.
The great thing about us is we're not trying to be better than nobody. We just there to enhance. We providing an opportunity for these young men you don't find outside of college or professional football. You know, we provide an opportunity jobs for these young people. You know, during the summer, these jobs where they can do the concessions and stuff and make money and go home that night with it.
That's right.
So these are the type of things that we're doing the MFL, but we always start the first week in June.
Okay.
And what our counterparts in Africa, this is going to be the first World Bowl, ladies, ever. Think about that. Y'all going over there. We play it here, but y'all going over there because we taking everybody. And in case you, I understand that y'all got y'all organization so good. I like up there what y'all doing, but this is a big deal, ladies. This is a big deal. This is a real big deal, you know. And as Madam Chancellor can tell you, this is a big deal for Africa. You know, we going over there not to take anything, but to enhance what they're doing.
Right.
Africa is one of the biggest continents and the wealthiest continent in the world, and they own nothing. They have no control on none of their resources. But I want to make sure everybody understands we're talking about lifetime ownership when you pass it down to your kids. We standing on people's shoulders. People gonna stand on our shoulders next. You know, so these are the type of things that I want y'all to understand. Robert, you want to take it from there? Cause my eyes is just running. I know you have a couple of things to say before we close out, because we're not gonna hold these ladies too much longer.
Well, first I just want to ask, how many of these young ladies are business owners themselves?
Look like all of them.
Well, see, that's the beauty of what we're doing is that as you support the MFL provides opportunities not just for your company but for your community. And so what we're looking at is to look at ways that we can align ourselves with your mission and vice versa. And so when we take these MFL franchises into the community, we're looking at people who have an experience in business already. So that's just one more way that as we move forward, that the MFL, you, your organization, your community will all benefit, and just make sure that we this thing spreads like a root of a tree. It touches everybody and it lifts up our community, because the whole objective, as Mr. Miles has said, is not just to bring sports, but to bring opportunity into these various communities. And so as a business owner, you can relate to the awesome possibilities that can happen as business owners when we bring the MFL into these communities. We have on our panel today, of course, Dr. Eubanks, who's also she's just a pillar of business success, and she's doing things in the community. I'd like her to have a final word before we leave off today also.
Thank you so much. And we have actually started collaborating with the MFL. In fact, this morning they had me on the line with various officials in Africa. And some of the things that we're going to be doing in terms of health, medicine, financial literacy, community development is just outstanding. The youth empowerment types of projects that Dr. Miles is having us to do throughout the country is unfounded. I mean, it's just so remarkable. I'm extremely pleased with the internships that he's put together. And he's saying to these young people, you have an opportunity here with the MFL. You don't have to have completed school, but even while you're in college, while you're in high school, you can come and we will mentor you in various areas. These young people are very good at graphics. They're very good at social media. There's so many things that they can do. You can have interns who are excellent at writing, at journalism, etc. He is providing these opportunities. So even here at God's U, we have our Junior Ambassador program, and we have, in fact, Dr. Olawale's daughter Jasmine is part of our program. We also have allowed these young people to speak on the God's U platform. We have elevated them and promoted them and put them in places that they would not go before, because other folks, when they go, they say, where's your experience? Well, here at MFL, you not only get to experience the MFL, but we provide them with the experience that's necessary for them as they go on to bigger and bigger platforms. And MFL is a huge platform. However, we also encourage those to go to other platforms and bring back their experience so we can grow and go from bounds to bounds. So I am so obligated. I have met there's a Dr. Joyce, and she is remarkable. Ladies, let me tell you something. That is a powerhouse. Don't let her usefulness fool you. Don't let it fool you. She is the foundation. And of course, Dr. Miles, you see him here, he's not even 100%. And we've been on the phone all day and he's here again. You talk about someone who is a grassroots person, that's what he is. With his accomplishments, he could be bougie, he could be, nose up in the air, but he doesn't do that. He takes you by the hand and he leads you through and ensures you're successful. He does not allow you to ever doubt. He makes sure your spirits are up. And I'm just so pleased to be a part of the MFL. Ladies, we can do this together. We're probably one of the few ladies that we can get together. We don't look at whose hair is not right or whose nails not done. We look at the heart. We look at the mind here at the MFL, honey. So I'm so pleased, to have you guys here as sister MFLers, and I am ready to go. So let's experience the MFL. We are the laboratory of change. We are leading, ladies. And I'm not talking just the US. We're leading in the world. You should have seen us this morning. You would have been proud.
Nice.
Back to you.
Dr. Joyce, you have anything?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I have to first thank Dr. Eubanks for that wonderful reference to being youthful. I know I'm the oldest one on this entire call here, okay? So thank you. Love you, girl. In closing, clearly this is, I want to say this is her story, HER story. This is our time to shine. This is our time to move forward. This is our time to take steps and not be afraid to go down the untraveled path, okay? Let's be pioneers in the most profound way that we can and not look back unless you're bringing somebody with you.
Amen.
All right.
Any
of you other ladies have any parting words? Raise your hand if you have another parting word before we leave.
Okay.
Everybody's good. Make sure you give your information to Joyce in the chat room. She like to maintain communication with all of you ladies. If she doesn't have your information already, I want to thank Dr. Miles again. Dr. Miles, should these young ladies have any information as far as your business? You want people to reach out to you if you have any website or something you'd like to share?
Yeah, Dr. Freeman made sure his staff is really astute in that. But I also want to tell you that the marketing pulpit, we're going to make sure Chaplain Robert Robert has a show later, big time, that we would love to get y'all on. He just had a power group on there last week. I was watching the show. So I want to thank y'all again. And like I say, keep up with us and everything. And we look forward to meeting y'all. All the information you need to contact Joyce. And that you have some Dr.
Yep.
Joyce.
Time out. I'm calling the timeout. Okay. I did put a note out to have all contact information sent to my email address.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
So
thank you, Robert.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, ladies. I just want to quickly say my company is Gatewood Marketing. We're on the marketing pulpit every Friday at 10:30 a.m. I'm bringing you the good marketing gospel. Go to marketingpulpit.com and reach out to me and get you one of you young ladies or more on my show to find out, do a little deeper dive into what you do so we can support your business and uplift you. We are an international show. Just go to marketingpulpit.com and I also put my information in the chat room. So love to hear from you.
Let's play ball.
All right. Dr. Miles, you want to close it out, Dr. Miles?
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard D. Miles. We'll see y'all Friday. Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Feel better.
Yeah, thanks.